Welcome students. So today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is statistics. So statistics chapter we have done in the previous classes also. Might be in your minds that we have done certain tables, we have done graphs, and same we will continue in class 10th as well. But the difference is, in class 9th we have dealt with ungrouped data. In class 10th we are going to deal with group data. Although in class 9th also we had made frequency distribution table, we have tried, rather I will say we had tried to convert ungrouped data into group data in the table format. So before we start with class 10th statistics, let us recall few things or the basics about what does the word statistics stands for and what we basically do and why we do in the statistics chapter. So first of all, the word statistics, it means different to different people, but actually its usage is also different in the different places, but the things always remain same. Like if I say statistics is the science of counting, where we count the things, we arrange them in the tables, then we form the graphs. Or it can also be called science of the averages. Averages means which you do the numerical representatives, which we call central tendencies, that is mean, median and mode. So average basically stands for mean. So it is the science of means. It is the science of averages. And as well, this has been derived from a Latin word status, Italian word state, which actually means in German statistics means political state, which means if we combine together, it is the political science of several countries. So, dear children, what we do basically in stats, it means different in different languages, but the main motto behind the statistics is same. That is, in stats, we deal about certain data. Now, what is data? That we are going to discuss little later. But what we have to do with the data, that is, statistics is the science which deals with collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of some numerical data. So it is branch of mathematics, or beautifully you can say it is a science which deals with collection of the data. I think the word collection is clear to you, where we collect some data, but dear children, we have not to worry about this because the data has been collected, means one format has already been done for us. Data has been already collected and it has been given to us in the form of our questions in our textbooks. So we need not to worry about this, but it is the one of the branch of the stats. So statistics is the mathematics, is the branch of mathematics, or it is the science where we deal about collection of the data, then representation of data, how we represent that data, how we represent that information, analysis, how we analyze that, and that the last, that is the interpretation of numerical data. So in the stats, these are the four main branches where we arrange these data. So let us discuss a bit about the kind of. Now here is the simple statement which I have given you at the last, that statistics is the science which deals with collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of data. Now all these four are the main branches of the statistics, that how we study the stats. First of all, some data is being collected and then that has been arranged in different forms, and then we analyze it. Analyze it means why we have collected that data, we try to get that information from that data, and last is the interpretation, that is we interpret it by the some sources which we are going to discuss. So first of all, let us go to stats, that is the collection of data. When some data is collected, now the thing comes, what does data mean here? Data mean any information which is available in the written form is called data. any information which is available in the written form, that is called data. For example, I take your test, then I make a list of the marks obtained by all of you. Now I have taken the test, you have got some marks. Now I have the written information of those marks in the form of list. Now that list where I have written your marks, that will be called data of your mathematics test. I hope it is clear. So any information which is available in the written form, that is called data. Now depending upon the data, we have two kind of data. We can classify them in two parts, that is primary data and the second one is called secondary data. Now this data is not different. हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि इनको देखने जब हम देखेंगे तो देखकर पता चल जाएगा कि ये अलग अलग है, ये प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी. नो, बेसिकली दिस प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी डाटा, this depends upon its usage and collected by whom. So let us discuss it. So what is primary data? If the data which we are using is collected by us, that will be called primary data. And secondary data, the information collected by someone else but used by someone else will be called secondary data. Now this I will explain you with the help of an example. Right now I have taken your test. I am your maths teacher. I have taken your maths test. I have collected certain data. I have some written information of your marks which is called data. Now analyze it. I analyze it कि मेरे कितने बच्चों के कितने मार्क्स आए हैं, किसके साथ हमें ज़्यादा मेहनत करनी है, कौन मेरे बच्चे एक्सेल करेंगे. सो इस हिसाब से उस डाटा को मैं यूज़ कर रहा हूँ. टेस्ट मैंने लिया, मैंने ही वो डाटा कलेक्ट किया, मैंने ही उसको अरेंज किया, मैं ही उस डाटा को यूज़ कर रहा हूँ. सो दैट लिस्ट जो आपके मैथ्स टेस्ट की है, दैट विल कॉल्ड प्राइमरी डाटा फॉर मी. सेम इंफॉर्मेशन आई पास ऑन टू योर पेरेंट्स on the PTM day. I pass on this information to your parents that your child has got this much marks in mathematics. So the same data which was collected by me, which I called is primary for me, will be secondary for your parents, because that data was collected by someone else, that is by your teacher, but used by someone else, that is your parents. So बेटा वो लिस्ट सेम है, वो मैथ्स का टेस्ट सेम था, वो मार्क्स आपके सेम थे, लेकिन डाटा भी सेम था, लेकिन उसकी यूजेज किसने की उसके हिसाब से उसको हम डिवाइड करते हैं प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी में. लिस्ट मैंने बनाई थी, मैंने ही उस डाटा को यूज किया, तो वो प्राइमरी मेरे लिए. लेकिन जब वो आपके पेरेंट्स के पास चले गए मार्क्स, तो वही आपके मार्क्स आपके पेरेंट्स के लिए क्या बन गए, सेकेंडरी डाटा. और क्लियर हो जाएगा. दूसरी एग्जांपल लेते हैं. आप जितना भी डाटा इंटरनेट से डाउनलोड करते हो, जितना भी डाटा आप इंटरनेट से डाउनलोड करते हो, अपलोडेड बाय समवन एल्स मींस कलेक्टेड बाय समवन एल्स बट यूजिंग समवन एल्स, मतलब आप उसको यूज कर रहे हो, तो वो सारा का सारा डाटा आपके लिए क्या है, सेकेंडरी डाटा है. सो मींस देखने में अलग नहीं होता, उसकी यूजेज पे डिपेंड करता है वो कौन सा डाटा है. आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू यू. सो प्राइमरी डाटा, whosoever is using it, who collected the data, is called primary. Collected by someone else but used by someone else, that is called secondary. Now data has been collected. You might have listened कि जैसे population की counting हो रही है, that is the way to collect the data, है ना. How much voting has been done, again collection of data. So ये अलग अलग level पे अलग हिसाब से होता है. लेकिन हमारे पास, हमारे लिए already data has been collected, been given in the tabular form in our textbook, so we have not to worry about that part. I hope it is clear. The second part of the stats come with the presentation. In the presentation means how you will represent that data has been collected. So presentation can be done in two ways, either grouped or ungrouped. This entirely depends upon us. Now suppose I take the test of 3 students or 4 students, then मुझे नहीं लगता कि मुझे उसकी ग्रुपिंग करने की जरूरत है, because I have simply 3 or 4 children whose test I have taken. Individually I can name them, so that's fine for me. But suppose I have taken the test of the entire class where I am having 100 to 120 students. So there it will be difficult for me to find the performance individually. So there I need to make the groups. So we have group data और ungroup data. Again उसको और थोड़ा अच्छा सा इफेक्टिव बनाने के लिए प्रेजेंटेशन को we can again have two forms, either in the tabular form or graphical form. Means with the help of tables we can represent the data or with the help of graph. If you remember कि हमने क्लास 8th में क्लास 9th में फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टेबल बनाए थे जहां हम टैली मार्क्स लेते थे, साथ ही ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन की हमने पाई चार्ट्स भी बनाए हैं, हमने बार ग्राफ भी बनाए हैं, हमने पिक्टोरियल ग्राफ भी बनाए हैं, हमने हिस्टोग्राम भी बनाया है और क्लास 9th में हमने फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगॉन कर्व भी बनाई थी. दिस ईयर इन क्लास 10th वी विल कंटिन्यू विद द ग्राफ्स और इस समय हम नया ग्राफ करेंगे विच इज कॉल्ड cumulative frequency curve, to which we called ogive curve. So every year we promote the chapter. So same way, so presentation can be done in these ways, grouped or ungrouped. Like till class 9 we have done ungrouped data, class 10th we have group data, but the things will remain same, tabular representation or a graphical representation. Next come analysis. That is the different class of the stats where we analyze the given data कि उससे क्या निचोड़ निकल के सामने आ रहा, क्या रिजल्ट आ रहा है. We do the comparison and all that thing. So next last is the interpretation of data. Interpretation means we need to interpret that data, what that data actually means. So we do the interpretation by the different numerical representatives. This new word I am giving you, numerical representatives, to which we call the central tendencies, and they are mean, median and mode. Hope it is in your mind. In class 9th we have find out the mean, median and mode of ungrouped data. In class 10th we are going to find it out for group data, and this is the this is the basic behind the stats. So means to say beta कि we should not go कि randomly we are doing each and everything. We must know why we are doing it. So basically in our syllabus we do this part, presentation, and the second is interpretation. Presentation means we draw the graphs, we form the tables because data has already been collected for us in the form of questions, and then we interpret the data by finding some numerical representatives, to which we call central tendencies, that is mean, median and mode. It is clear to you. Now we will carry forward with the same things, that is mean, median, mode, which we call central tendencies, which we call the numerical representatives, but we will extend this year our knowledge from ungrouped to group data. First, that is how to find mean of group data. So children, we have talked about basics of statistics, that you must know certain things about that. But now let us formally start our chapter, that is stats. So here basically 4 things are there in our class 10 syllabus. Number 1, we will be finding the numerical representatives, which are the central tendencies, that is mean, median, mode of group data. Then we have to do its graphical representation. I have told you that we have a new graph in our syllabus, that is frequency distribution curve. So we will go step by step. Lekin first of all let us understand something about the group data. So group data, where we make certain groups. So group data we can have in 2 forms, that is inclusive and exclusive. Inclusive series and exclusive series. Exclusive series, first I will talk about exclusive. Exclusive का मतलब exclude होता जहाँ चीजें, जैसे कि 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. So this kind where continuity is there in the data. Now see, you can see I have made the group here, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Number 1, I have made the group. So this is the example of group data. it is called exclusive series. Why exclusive series? You know that this is one class interval, this is second class interval, third class interval, fourth class interval, fifth class interval. So if I take one example, that is 0 to 10, then this is called lower limit, this is called upper limit. Lower limit of the class, this is upper limit. I think it will be in your mind that upper limit is always excluded. Upper limit is always excluded. So that's why where continuity is there, that is called exclusive series. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. So 10 to 20. So यहाँ पे जो आप काउंटिंग होगी नंबर की वो 10 से लेकर 19.9 तक, मीन्स द नंबर 20 will not be included in this interval. The 20 will be counted in the next interval, that is 20 to 30. In this interval 30 will be excluded and that will fall in the next category, means upper limit of the class interval is always excluded. So this is called exclusive series. These are the called class intervals, and one we call class width. Class width. Class width is always upper limit minus lower limit. Like here in this case, 20 minus 10, that is what? 10. 30 minus 10, that is called 30 minus 20, sorry, again 10. 40 minus 30, that is again 10. 50 minus 40, that is called 10. So this is called class width. This is called lower limit, this is called upper limit. Lower limit, upper limit, and upper limit is always excluded. So this we must know. Second thing, here comes, that is called class mark. Class mark. How we find the class mark? We generally denote it by xi, and that is equal to lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Class mark is always for a class. For a class I am saying, like you want to find for this class, so class mark, that is xi, is equal to 10 lower limit plus 20 upper limit divided by 2, that is 30 upon 2, and that is what? 15. So 15 is called class mark for 10 to 20 class, or it is also called mid value of a class interval. So basically in class 10th we will get this format, which is exclusive series. Now let us see the inclusive series also. You have already done it class 9th. So that is something like this: 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39. I think now. So this is called inclusive series. 0 to 9, 10. Continuity is not there. What you used to do? 0.5 we subtract from the lower limit and 0.5 we add to the upper limit. So very rarely we will get this series, this kind of series in class 10. But mainly we have to deal with the exclusive series. So I think the things are clear to you. So basically we need to understand these are called class intervals. Lower limit, upper limits. Upper limits are always excluded. We need to find the class marks, which we denote by xi symbol, and the formula is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Class mark means mid value of a class interval. So let us find, now let us start, formally are this syllabus of class 10. So let us start finding the mean of a group data.